Hi, everyone. Tonight, the father of a missing girl in the mid-state is speaking out.
The TBI has issued an endangered child alert for 17-year-old Sarah Key. And tonight there is growing concern about the person she could have possibly run away with.
News Channel 5's Jason Lamb joins us from the 5 Alert Center. And Jason, Sarah's been missing 3 days now.
That's right. And of course, recently we've seen just how far people can travel in just 3 days, making it across several states, which has this girl's father very worried.
He's got a lot of pictures.
The father of 17-year-old Sarah Key says the last time he saw Sarah was Thursday night as she and the family were getting ready for bed. Friday morning, she was gone.
Nothing happened to make me think that, something like this was going to happen.
Sarah's father, Scott, says Sarah is a very outgoing girl who was excited about her future.
She was looking forward to getting her diploma, going to cosmetology school, which has been her dream since she's a little bitty girl.
But in an endangered child alert issued Saturday, the TBI says Sarah may have run away with a 30-year-old white man. Sarah's father says that man is a friend of her mother's neighbor that she was in a relationship with.
She went over there and it was kind of somebody to lean her head on, and then it turned into a relationship.
Sarah's father says that man is the same person arrested last month on a charge of sexual contact with a minor, a charge that he says involved his daughter. News Channel 5 is not releasing the man's name because the TBI is also withholding it, saying there is no definitive proof that the two are together. Do you worry that she could be in danger?
I do. Nowadays, you can't trust nobody.
Sarah's father has this message for her.
I just wanted to know that we love her. We love her. We're worried about her. Would like to hear from her. Like for her to come home. She has a big family that love her, and we just want her to help her achieve her goals and her dreams that she's had since she was a little bitty girl.
Sarah's father says he wishes the TBI would send out an Amber Alert for his daughter, which would send out cell phone notifications as well as other notifications. But the TBI has a specific criteria for issuing Amber Alerts. Along with a good description of the child or the suspect or the vehicle they left in, the child must be less than 18 years old and the child must be in imminent danger of bodily injury or death. The TBI says this missing child did not meet those criteria for an Amber Alert. Reporting live in the 5 Alert Center, Jason Lamb, News Channel 5.
Jason, thank you. Developing news out of D.C., the Washington Post dropped a bombshell report today alleging that the President of the United States shared classified information with Russia's ambassador. The incident reportedly happened at this White House summit with Russian officials. CBS News has confirmed independently that something inappropriate was discussed. The Post reports that the president shared intel about an ISIS plot. The White House denied that anything improper took place.
There's nothing that the president takes more seriously than the security of the American people. The story that came out tonight, as reported, is false. At no time were intelligence sources or methods discussed.
The president has the authority to declassify secrets, but intelligence officials say sharing that information.
I want two things to pay attention to here. One is that the Washington Post story did not accuse the president of sharing the source of that information. The second is that as president, Mr. Trump has wide latitude to declassify information. Still, the move has worried intelligence officials that the president may have accidentally exposed a crucial pipeline of intel about ISIS plots. Tonight's bombshell has Tennessee's junior senator concerned about what he calls the Trump administration's, quote, downward spiral. Senator Bob Corker told Bloomberg News the White House has to do something to bring itself under control and in order. Senator Corker has, for the most part, refused to criticize the president, and during the campaign, he was reportedly a front runner for Secretary of State.
New at 10, 2 panhandlers wind up robbing the very person who helped them. Clarksville police say these are 2 persons of interest in the case. According to the victim, she met 2 panhandlers asking for money near the Dairy Queen on Wilma Rudolph Boulevard Saturday evening. She gave them money and talked with them, but they suddenly attacked her, stealing more of her money. Investigators say they're known to be carrying these signs. They hang out near the Walmart, Kohl's, and Lowe's in Clarksville. Call police if you spot them or might know who they are. A mother vanished, and the father of her son is accused of killing her. Even without a body, Caleb Cannon sat before a jury for day 1 of his murder trial. Cannon is charged in the murder of Nikki Burgess, who vanished nearly 3 years ago from her Hermitage home. Prosecutors say he was always upset with the mother of his now teenage son. Nikki Burgess's best friend and boyfriend took the stand, saying they grew concerned when she stopped responding to calls and texts. They say they found her home in shambles, but her car still in the driveway with her wallet inside. But the defense urged the jury to focus on the facts. There is no body in this case. The trial is expected to last into next week.
A sergeant with the Tennessee Highway Patrol is fighting for his life after crashing his motorcycle over the weekend. Sergeant Alan Brennis was on a ride in Dixon Saturday morning when the motorcycle in front of him had to stop short to avoid a previous crash. But Brennis was not able to slow down in time. Brennis was airlifted to the hospital in critical condition. The driver and passenger of the other motorcycle were also hurt, and it's unclear if they are still hospitalized tonight.
A social media post about a student who was bullied and seriously injured causes outrage in Wilson County. And now many are left wondering what's true and what's not, and school district officials are trying to clarify. News Channel 5's Emily Luxon looked into the matter and is here with an explanation. Emily.
Well, that's right. The post refers to an alleged incident at Lebanon High School last week. It says a student who is disabled was bullied, seriously hurt, and is now in critical condition at Vanderbilt. However, the spokesperson for Wilson County Schools says the incident described in the post never happened.
Naturally, we were concerned. I wanted to find out what was at the bottom of all that. As it turns out, none of it's true.
The post originally showed up on the Hip Mount Juliet and Hip Lebanon Facebook pages and received plenty of comments. The posts have since been removed. Wilson County Schools replied with a Facebook post calling it fake news. The district says there was a minor scuffle at Lebanon High School recently involving a disabled student, but no one was injured and no one was taken to the hospital. The district's communications director is now warning people to be cautious about believing everything they see on social media.
I would just encourage people to take a closer look at where you're getting your news from. You know, don't just pick it up off Facebook or other social media posts, because that's where the fake news is really coming from.
In comments to that original post, a photo was shared of an individual in the hospital. I spoke with family members of that individual who say he had nothing to do with any incident at Lebanon High School, and they're unclear how that photo got connected to the post. Rory, back to you.
Emily, thanks. A city leader steps down amid controversy over a Facebook post. Last week, Madison Rivergate Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Debbie Massey wrote this on social media that some considered anti-LGBT. It was a post about the recent cancellation of the TV show Last Man Standing. The post read, quote, "I can't believe I'm supposed to be okay with shows like Grey's Anatomy or Nashville or any other show that promotes LGBT blah, 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 whatever, cramming same-sex making out into our homes," end quote. According to the Tennessean, Massey resigned today shortly after the Chamber's Board of Directors voted to request that resignation. By the way, there's currently a change.org petition online asking to keep Last Man Standing on air, arguing it's one of the few family-oriented shows that is tastefully funny.
A shocking medical story to tell you about tonight. A South Carolina teenager died after drinking too much caffeine. 16-year-old Davis Kripe collapsed and later died after drinking a McDonald's latte, Diet Mountain Dew, and an energy drink, all within 2 hours. It happened in late April, but now the coroner is calling his death a caffeine-induced cardiac event. Davis's autopsy showed no conditions that could have been triggered by that caffeine intake. The teen's father hopes if nothing else comes out of this tragedy, parents and kids will realize the dangers of too much caffeine. Another website is readily giving out personal information, and your information could be listed on it right now. The site is called TruePeopleSearch.com and displays personal information like your name, your age, past addresses, even much more. So how can you get your information off this website? Go to TruePeopleSearch.com/removal, where you can pull up your record and the request for it to be taken down. Just go through some steps and it should be removed within just a few hours of doing so.
Next, News Channel 5 investigates the state's insurance commissioner traveling the world for an organization mostly funded by the insurance industry. With more than 30 trips last year alone, who is she really working for? And fang fever is in full effect. How one man losing a bet could actually be your gain if you're willing to chuck a catfish onto the ice.
Anything for the Preds, right? Summer fever. That's what you'll be feeling tomorrow. Hottest temperatures of the next 7 days. That's on tap in just 24 hours. I've got the details next on News Channel 5 at 10.
Tennessee's Commerce and Insurance Department is one of the largest departments in state government.
But if you're looking for the commissioner, Julie McPeak, you likely won't find her in the office. News Channel 5 Investigates found she doesn't spend a lot of time there.
Yeah, in fact, consumer investigator Jennifer Krause discovered McPeak is often out of the country.
Our investigation found Julie McPeak travels a lot, but as we discovered, her trips are not official state business. When Tennessee's Commerce and Insurance Commissioner is not in her office, chances are she's not even in Tennessee. Since taking the job in 2011, we found Julie McPeak has spent a considerable amount of time making speeches and attending meetings